Hey guys, what is going on? Levi Apparel, like and subscribe. Let me know if you can hear me, if you're here. If not, I don't mind talking to myself. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. All right, let's cut this guy. Whoo! It's always tough driving the days before what is called Thanksgiving. These holidays, people don't tend to plan way ahead. It's for the moment. Even though you leave early enough, you still end up with traffic. So I'm hoping that it's minimum, but yikes, it's looking busy. Either way, we're doing this live. Our usual. I need to put I'm gonna do a talk and drive, and I'm gonna put a different type of what do you call it, equipment on the talk and drive, because I have the vehicle, right? I have the logo in the background, Levi Apparel, with the shirt and all that, and it usually says talk and drive with the title on the side. But I thought it might be cool to have like the actual machine that I'm talking about on there. So I think that's gonna be the next project, to have the machine on there, right? Yeah, so that's gonna be the next project. All right, so next time you looking at the title, you're gonna see everything. Yeah, so if you're here, like and subscribe. Let's see who's here. I'm at a standstill right now, so I'm not going anywhere. All right. So yeah, like I said, like and subscribe. This Levi Apparel. So if you're new to the channel, like and subscribe. This is Levi Apparel. Yeah, so we doing this. Give me a minute. I just want to concentrate real quick. Try and make a turn. This car in front of me is super slow. All right. Okay, cool. So yeah, so let's talk. Right? I love the fact that the camera's here. For some reason, my eye goes here and directly to here. Yeah, directly to there. So it's like I'm more focused on the road. Oh, the road, right? Okay, cool. So, like I was saying, HP T100. Yo, the HP T100. I haven't talked about it for a while, and if you're going through some difficulties right now with the fact that the software, I think it updates itself. So as I was using the counterfeit ink, right, it kind of messed me up. But this is the key to the HPT 100. You put in I think I said it originally when I started talking about using the counterfeit ink to put on there, is this, right? And it's not counterfeit per se, it's more like another market. I wouldn't recommend to put it on there, wink wink. But some inks do provide more vibrancies than others. I'll put it like that, right? So what I did is this, right? I was able to use a regular cartridge, and the computer software in there goes, okay, you have the regular cartridge, it's full. It has to be full, right? Or at least halfway where it's not fully depleted, where the printer is going to say, hey, I need more ink for this to work. You put in the regular ink in there, and then immediately after you remove it, and you put in the Amazon ink in there. We'll call it Amazon ink, right? Refillable one, and the printer will let you use it. Now, so often it may say, hey, you don't have the regular ink, and then it'll try to attempt to not work, right? Just put back the regular ink, the HP ink, right? Let it do its purging cycle and all that, and then you can put the refillable ink again, the Amazon ink, and then it'll start working. That's a little bit of a caveat for you, but I've taken another route where the system is so smart that it recognizes what's going on. So what I'm doing is basically this. I don't recommend it for anybody else, but just drilling, removing the original ink, and then replacing it with the ink that I want. Obviously, after removing it, I'll put in some fluid in there to fully remove the other ink that was in there, and I'll do a video so you can see it. But the reason why is because the HP T100 is such a really good printer. There's so much you can do with it. But if you have two print heads, well, I have three. That's why I'm saying three. I have three print heads. Now I use one for just HP T100 ink, and then another one was for the refillable ink, right? Now here's the thing with the HP T100. The head does not come attached, that you have to unscrew this, unscrew that to use it. It's just a bar that you lift up, right? Or is it down? Either bar you remove, you pull the lever to do whatever. So now you can use you can remove the actual ink head that's in there, take it out, and then you can put another one. So knowing that about the HP T100, I say, you know what? Let me get multiple print heads, because it's a lot harder to put multiple different inks into one print head and not have the inks cause problems where one ink may not be as good as the other, or it gums up together and causes you issues. It's best to just get yourself multiple print heads. It's like you're buying two Epson printers, right? Three Epson printers, right? And because I say that because they're like around 200 or something, almost $300 for each print head. So now, I got lucky. The original print head came with the printer, and then when I was having issues, HP sent me another print head, and that was free of charge. So I got two print heads, and then when I thought there was issues with those, I ended up buying another print head. So then I ended up with three print heads, right? So I only purchased, in essence, one print head, and the other two, let's say I got it with the printer. So that's basically what's going on. So my goal at the end is basically this: to be able to utilize all three of them to do different things. So it's as if having a HP T100 DTF light color, right? I say DTF light color because it only takes four print heads. I mean, four cartridges. Yellow, cyan, magenta, and K. K stands for black. So because of that, all you can do is just use four of them. But that's good because you don't want white on these printers anyways, because the white is the one that clogs up and causes you to have print head issues, right? So now that you're able to alleviate yourself from print head issues, your printer is just going to continuously print on the film, but it's going to be light color DTF for light color shirts. All you do is the different powders that you will, and then the powders will actually allow you to adhere the image onto the shirt, but it'll be even softer, and that's DTF light. Now here's the other thing, right? You can also use, so now that's one print head, right? you can use a second printhead, right? The second one, and what you can do is with it is this, right? Um, so what I plan on doing with it is, like I said, just utilizing the the same cartridges, removing the ink content, and adding my own ink in there, mixing it up a little bit so we can have good at mixing properties or whatever you want to call it. And from there, the process will be to just add the sublimation ink. Now, by adding sublimation ink onto that, the printer will think like, "Yo, this is my regular ink. I'm gonna just print." So that's gonna alleviate me from having issues with the actual, how can I say, ink cartridges not recognizing the reusable ink cartridges I have. Right now, I can still put in the original, remove it, let it do its purging process, and then remove that, and then put back the print head. But it's too much. Like it's just too much. So all I'm gonna do is basically I'm just gonna remove the ink from the ink cartridges, put in the sublimation ink, and once I have that done, the sublimation ink, put it back. It's gonna do its purging process. The chip already tells it it's its original ink. All he wants to know is like, "Yo, is this my original ink cartridge?" Things are gonna be like, "Yeah, I'm the original. I don't see any issues." And then it's gonna start printing sublimation ink. Right now, here's the thing: if you have that printer able to print sublimation, just like the DTF, this is a 24-inch wide printer. You can buy 24-inch wide, or as close as you can to 24-inch DTF film, so you can print on like large on demand. And you just, this is only for light color shirts. I do not do what dark colors because of machine issues with dark color DTF, right? And you can even put a little story saying, "Hey, I've had troubles in the past, and I want to give you great quality ink at a great price. Because of that, I don't do white at all. On afterwards, after my print, to be able to give you that dark color shirt. But if you order everything all black, you can put it on any type of shirt you want, except for black, because black on black is just gonna look like black, unless you want that look, right?" So now what you have is a printer that can do large format printing, and you don't have to go and buy out like multiple printers costing you like $3,000 or $4,000 or even more to do those things, right? So back on the sublimation. Now with the sublimation, here's what a lot of people don't realize: if you're able to add that ink in there and you're able to do sublimation, what's gonna happen is, this: your sublimation ink on that printer will allow you to print 24-inch wide. Now, if you're able to print 24-inch wide on your DTF printer, on your sublimation printer, right? The HP T100, we're gonna call it sublimation printer. Now you can print all over prints, you know. And when you print with the HP T100, the software allows you to use roll printing, which is the wider and bigger images, or you can do like the regular 13 by 19 prints. Now your sky's the limit on what you can do, right? So if you're doing like just regular mugs and this and that, you don't have to go through the trouble of like using the HPT 100. You can use your Epson sublimation printer, right? The small 7710, if you have it, or the 7720, or the 7310 or 7810, right? So you can use any one of those to do that. But with your with the capability of being able to do sublimation, right? You can now be able to do large sublimation printing, and on top of doing large sublimation printing, you'll be able to do just sky's the limit, right? Somebody asks you for a black shirt with an image that's humongous or whatever, you can add the black ink onto the shirt, turning it into a black shirt without having to worry about any issues. You can add, somebody say, I want a blue, but the blue they have is like a sky blue with a like tinting onto a darker blue, and they're like, yo, that's the type of shirt I want. And you're like, yo, you're looking at the market, and the market is saying that type of shirt is like, 20, $30. I can't buy it. I'm not gonna make money with that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So what ends up happening is now you have the ability to push yourself and do like different varieties of colorful garments, and just make it as you will. You know what I'm saying? And if you're the type that will cut out the design, and then put it onto the shirt, and then like do all these things where it's like you're able to just create a brand new shirt, or whatever you want. If you're the type that's able to do that, what's going to happen is you're going to have a printer that now allows you to do something that would normally cost you, a printer like that would normally cost you around, I say maybe 1,000, 2,000 starting. You know what I'm saying? No, probably more, because Epson has one, the F5770 or something like that. But that printer itself, like, it's a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? Check, see if anybody's in the chat. If you're here, like and subscribe. Levi Apparel. All right. But yeah. So with a type of prints like that, like, you need to be able to. I mean, with a type of machine like that, you need to like really know this is what you want to do, because it's gonna be like a high investment. You know what I'm saying? So what ends up happening is, all right, cool. Sorry about that. Man, just look at somebody just acting all weird. But yeah. That is crazy. So you have the intersection coming in, and the people who are supposed to yield to you, they're like speeding up. So it causes me to think twice and be very cautious, because that's really weird. But anyways, the other car just cut them off, and now they're good. But anyways, yeah. So like I was saying, yeah. So now you have 3 printer in one, but just the fact you're able to, you're able to utilize that printer to do 24-inch wide printing, and it can go up to, the actual printing size is 23.5 by I think 7.5, right? 23 so yeah, 23 inches 0.5 by 7 feet and a half. Yeah, so that's that's pretty much it. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, so that's how wide it can print. So you can do multiple shirts on there, kids shirts, baby shirts, adult shirts, oversized shirts. Um, so yeah, sky's the limit, man. I'm telling you, like, just being able to transform this printer into a sublimation printer, it's gonna be clutch, man. It's gonna be clutch. Um, you know, just make sure you have the right sublimation printer. I mean, sublimation ink, because different sublimation inks will give you different results. Um, but yeah, that's the main focus. Yeah. At first, I had thought, like, to purchase the, like, refillable, no, the Eco Tank type printer, like the Canon Mega Tank. I'm still on the fence about getting it, but at the same time, like, you know what? I'd rather take the time and just doing this process and knowing that, hey, after I'm done, like, yo, I'm good to go. But I think if I purchase that, I don't know. I'm like, in the beginning, that's what I want to do for the DTF process. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. But I know if I get some regular inks, yeah, yeah, I'm thinking about it. You know what I was thinking about right now? I don't really need to drill into the inks and do all that. I just realized, because I haven't used the printer for a long time, and what I realize is this: when you buy the regular ink and you immediately remove it and put the refillable inks in there, the printer thinks that it's using the actual ink. It's when you use the when you use a cartridge. I don't know. Should I use the cartridge? Because they're a lot of money, man. They're a lot of money. You get 4 cartridges on Amazon for $180. But you can buy all 4 sublimation ink and DTF ink for about $60. I have 2 of the refillable ink cartridges for the HP T100. So I may just need to just buy the regular cartridge and be all set. So I think what I'm gonna do is this: if I get the opportunity, I'm gonna buy 2 4 cartridges, right? And one is gonna be used for the other one I'm gonna talk about. Hold on, just got my concentration is on the road a little bit, so there's a section right now that is usually a yellow, but it's a long yellow. The car in front of me decided to slow down, and then now I just turned around, so I gotta just come to a stop. Yeah. Yeah, so like I was saying, that's something else you could do, but if you like don't want to do all that process, just put in the regular ink. The printer will be like, okay, cool, I have the regular ink, and then immediately after, remove the regular ink and put in the fake ink, and then the printer will let you obviously use the regular ink. Now, what I want to see, what I think my next goal is going to be to see if I can get one of those softwares where it allows you to do continuous ink printing. And the reason why is because if I can get the software to work with this printer, and I don't have to change ink per se. Like I can change the ink, but if I can just, whether I put the ink in it or not, it just prints. I could essentially have one print head per cartridge that I'm using. So DTF cartridge, a print head, sublimation, a print head, and then regular printing with regular cartridges. If I can set that up, then I think it's a possibility that I don't need to do all these extra steps. But it's a work in progress. Um, these past, I'd say 3 days, I've been working hard to see if I can set so that my printer can be able to do DTF. So the printer can just utilize the regular ink that's there, but for some reason it says the ink has depleted and it wants me to get new ink, and it has to be HB ink. So because of that, I haven't used the printer, but the goal is to eventually use it. Um, but yeah, so that's to say, if you want to use the HBT 100 ink, and then you also want to use the refillable ink cartridge that they have for it, it still is possible. The only thing is, you have to buy a set of cartridges at least close to full as possible. Leave it aside so when the printer says it that you put in, it recognizes it, it says okay, proceed, then you the regular ink, fillable cartridge, and then you should be good to go. The printer won't know the difference. It's just gonna think that, whatever cartridge you're using is the original cartridge, because what the refill ink cartridge does, it kind of mimics the original cartridge that was there, because the software hasn't fully set printer. I'm not there yet. So before the print goes into to do a purge of ink and trying to see, hey, what pushing out the ink is my HP cartridge. The the cartridge there, the refillable ones, will say, yeah, that's the original software you had, and it holds to it, and it lets you keep printing, keep printing, unless you turn off HPT 100. That is when they will say, hey, are you the original ink? By then, when you turn it off, the printer has this thing where it recycles itself. Hey, there's no cartridges in, right? Cartridges in here, right? And if you have the refillable cartridge, yeah, I'm a refillable cartridge. Then that's when the HP computer goes, or software goes, I'm not going to accept you. I don't know how good you are, or I'm supposed to use you. So it tells you to put in the original ink. It'll shut off the computer, and then after shutting off, it'll tell you shut off again. All that it's just confusing, so you can call HP and you put in. But if you put in the original, it'll stop all that, right? And then you put in the refillable ink cartridges, and it goes to the purge cycle again, and there you go. So let me simulate the process. Take your regular HP ink, put it in the printer, right? It'll go through the printing process. It'll say, okay, cool, printer's in. This is your printing level, right? Once you see your printing level, then you open the cartridge area to remove the original cartridges that you put in there. Then you put in the refillable cartridges, right? Now, the printer at this stage is not at the point where it's saying, hey, the you just put in there is not real, or, marked for me. It has to go through purging cycle. The purging cycle all is telling the printer to push out ink with this cartridge, but before the printer does, the software checks to see if that's the real. I said if you use the cartridge and then remove it, put the refillable cartridge in there, it will recognize the refillable cartridge, and then when it goes to the purging cycle, it'll say, okay, these are genuine inks, and then you can begin printing whatever you have on there. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so so the goal is to try to get this printer to do sublimation and DTF along with regular printing with the regular HP T100 ink. Right? So now let's talk about the regular printing. Sorry, I talked all about all those process and stuff, especially over and over. But so with the large format for the sublimation, especially, you can do like a large array of stuff. You can print like a humongous sheet. You know, if you have like, let's say, hundreds of mugs to do or something like that, you can print like tons of sheets where all of them can be laid on there, and then you're good to go. You know what I'm saying? Or the other processes, large format printing, like I said. Besides large format printing, you have regular printing. Other than that, like, so sky's the limit what you can do. Canvas, anything. Large printing areas for like large canvas, prints, vibrant, all that stuff, you know. So yeah, sky's the limit. Sky is the limit. But also you can do large format printing for different things. Like if you want to just sell a fabric that's like polyester and it's like a large quilted fabric, you can do large designs on there and then sublimate it on it. You know what I'm saying? If you want to do what's that thing called, like mugs, rugs, being able to have that printer print large and you don't have to do all that cutout, it's going to make a big difference, because now you're able to do large printing without having to worry about what your printer capability is. You know, as a matter of fact, you can even take those 24-inch cuts, put them together. You will not have 4 feet wide. You can take another 24-inch cut and put it together again, and now you have 6 feet wide, right? Imagine having 6 feet wide by 6 feet by 7 feet. You know what I'm saying? Or 6 by 8 worth of printing capability. It's humongous. But yeah, so it's that. You know what? It's getting late, and these cars are not really moving. I'm gonna have to go pretty soon. Put in a call. But yeah, so that's what's going on with the HP T100. Now, you know what? Let me talk about regular printing first. Now, with the regular printing, the HP T100 is gonna have a lot more capability to do prints. I can print for what do you call it? 13 by 19 for screen printing if I want, posters if I want. I'll be able to do a whole lot of things, little posters. I have a laminator machine that can laminate 24-inch wide by 24-inch. So yeah, so I have, and then also I have one that's like 14 by 14-inch wide lamination machine. and also a 13-inch wide lamination machine. I have a lot of them. I don't know why. I wanted a large one. I settled for a small one, and then I decided I wanted a larger one again. So I said, let me go one up, and then I realized that was too small, and then I went for a larger one. So, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? But who knows? Maybe one day all of them are gonna be busy. I have the large one is only for cold lamination, and then the other one is only for regular lamination. But yeah, that's what's going on. So yeah, so with the 24-inch wide printing capability, it has, you can do a whole array of stuff, printing, and also you can use different printing medias to print on pictures, large pictures, posters, calendars. You can do a whole lot of things with it. But yeah, so we're just gonna see what we can do with this printer to make it do a little bit more, and that way we can push out more work, you know. Who knows, next year's another year. These past years with the Levi Apparel was basically just trying to get different machines in so we can focus on more factory-like production, but with like a 1 to 2 man or 3 man operation. You know what I'm saying? But now this is available. All the machines are available, and the machines I got are like, I know how to tweak them to make them do more than they can. So yeah, like and subscribe. This Levi Apparel. This was a talk about the HPT 100, and we out. Peace.